know, he'd been a cuckold for years.
Putting a chair in front of my door when I go to sleep, but that's an extra defense.
Are you still in the adult industry? Or?
She said monkey.
I was going to say.
No,
I'll tell you what, if she said monkey, we're going to go find her right now.
Right.
You're going to say, listen.
No, she said ape.
I don't think so.
Bed with itchy hiney, wake up with stinky fingers.
I was in the gym non-stop.
You're buff.
I was.
All 140 pounds of you.
Yeah.
No. Give me some meds.
Recorded at Grim Reaper Studios, located at the base of the beautiful Blue Mountains in eastern Oregon. It's Sonoman's Sideshow. Yeah. All right. I'm your host, Les the Sonoman. Les the Snowman Kinnear. Episode 36. We took the holidays off. And now we're back, and we've got stories to tell and things to talk about. So, you know, how have you been? How was the holidays?
It was good,
yeah.
man. It was definitely very low key compared to holidays past. You know,
Which is not a bad thing.
No, not at all. It was just something the wife and I sort of talked about beforehand, and out of all of us, you know, myself and my sister and my wife's an only child.
Yeah.
We're the only ones with young kids. My
Right.
nephews are, you know, my youngest nephew is a senior in high school. My oldest nephew's, you know, blossoming career, you know, out down in Utah,
Right.
you know, doing really well. And so it's like, man, it is so much work to get up, you know, open presents and then tell the kids, hey, stop playing with those.
Let's go.
Get your
Yes.
good clothes on. We got to go, you know, and so it was just kind of nice. It was very laid back. We just did Christmas and we just took our time. And then the end of the night went down to my sister's for a little bit. On Christmas Eve, we went out to the in-laws for quite a while, and then went to my folks' for a little bit. And then, it was
Good.
nice.
Good.
It was nice keeping it simple.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's something to be said for that. I know as my kids got older and then left, things have gotten more and more to now. Christmas is pretty much just here.
Mm-hmm.
But we sometimes will go other places, but we went to Arizona. We had Christmas here, and then we did New Year's with Blake in Arizona. So we, rented one of those Airbnbs, and God, that's so much fun. Had a pool. It was ice cold.
Oh.
We didn't get it heated. And in the January there, if you don't have a heated pool, it's like cold plunging. And so I did do that every morning because it felt good. You know, I was like, what's this cold plunging? And it was cool. But anyways, we had a great time there. And I think I talked about that before, but, I had mentioned that I had done, the podcast. I went up there and went on the podcast with Blake's friends, Sean and Tim.
Mm-hmm.
And so when I went on their podcast, and they have quite a bit of followers and stuff, and this was like, 3 episodes ago now, but, Blake said, you got to, the comments, you got to watch out for those comments, Dad. You got to have thick skin. So I was excited to see what people said.
See what kind of meat
but
someone might say.
yeah, no, I didn't really get anything, but there were a couple, and I thought I would share those just real quick.
Oh, excellent! I can't wait to hear this.
So, the backstory is to this comment is that they asked me what podcasts I listen to, and I was like, Sasquatch Chronicles. That's pretty much the only one I listen to right now. But, and so they're like, they're all quite a bit younger than me, and they're just like, oh, okay. And, so anyways, this is a lovely comment here. It says, Sasquatch dude's brain is fried. Okay.
Was it?
No,
okay.
no.
All right.
Gosh, no. Those guys, secondhand, I'm not surprised. They do a lot of that stuff down there, but not me. Here's this one. I didn't even know who. I tried to look up this guy to see who it was because I was hoping it would be really funny and I could be like, laugh at myself. Maybe somebody can tell me who he is, but it's like, holy shite. I didn't know Sono's father was John Kavanaugh. Who the hell's John Kavanaugh?
I don't know, but he said, holy shite.
Yeah, he did. He said, holy shite.
Oh, wow.
Okay, well, This one here, less is a talent. Don't let him go to waste. So,
Who left that one?
that was epoxy floor sin one day.
Ooh,
At epoxy, excuse me.
that's
Less
cool.
is a dog. Uncle Wes, my man. Sinhoman's dad. Then they thought that was funny when I told in front of Blake that Wendy and I got dirty. And then here's the last one that I thought was like, what the hell? He said, sorry, he said, his dad's fly is down, laugh out loud. Cow's going to get out, or Cows was getting out. Now, the funny thing about that is when we got home and they sent me the stuff, I was looking at it, and I was like, oh, my God, my zipper was open all the way. And I had shorts on and T-shirt and the camera, but my zipper was open completely. And I didn't realize it through the whole podcast. And so there was only one person that said something about it, but I thought that was funny. So, yeah, they weren't really that brutal.
I think if you were to be exposed
Yeah,
you'd probably get more of the comment.
Abuse.
I'm waiting for them on yours. You know what I'm saying, on Sonoma Sideshow.
Yeah.
They've all been positive.
Yeah, well, we turn that. I turn off so I don't have to read just only the positives about me and you.
Oh,
yeah.
Well, that's because the probably is people like, God damn it, I want to say something really mean about that dude.
Yeah, no, they can. I like it. It's funny. Not really.
I think we got an international on that one. On one of the comments, you and I were referred to as blokes. And lads.
Yeah, that has to be.
That's got to be like Australia.
Just a couple of blokes having a conversation. No,
Look at
don't
couple
drink
blokes.
in the morning.
This couple of blokes having a conversation.
Yeah,
good lads.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's hop into sports. You get to start off with football because
Super Bowl. Da-da-da. We got the Kansas City Chiefs.
Now, is this how you thought panning out? Early?
No, absolutely not. So we got the Kansas City Chiefs and the San Francisco 49ers. No, I did not see this coming. I was expecting, because it's really hard for a team to go back-to-back Super Bowls. It's just
right.
It's uncommon.
Right.
It's really hard. Very few teams have done it, and very few teams have been successful 2 Super Bowls in a row. So I was thinking, like, okay, Chiefs they're still going to be contenders because it's Patrick Mahomes.
Right.
And, but, I was kind of thinking they were going to tailor off. And I was, thinking like the Ravens or the Bills, for the AFC, or maybe even the Dolphins. God, they came out hot at the beginning of the season. And then over on the NFC side, like, I knew San Francisco was going to be in the mix.
Right.
It was like, yeah, it's going to be San Francisco or It's going to be San Francisco or Philadelphia,
And is that something? Is this new for them? Is this because of a pick, or because their team's matured enough now that this was?
They're good.
Yeah,
they're good. Being a Seattle Seahawks fan, it's a bitter pill to swallow to admit that. So I'm very, very much rooting for the Chiefs on Sunday, but I think that the Niners could win it. Yeah. I mean, they are extremely talented, both sides of the ball. You've got a very, 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 very good quarterback in Brock Purdy. I mean, I was like, okay, last year was a fluke, but no, he's the dude's legit. And it angers me because it's San Francisco.
Yeah.
And so you got a solid QB, young QB. You've got awesome receivers, killer running game, dominant defense, but that can all be wiped away by Pat Mahomes. And I think I don't know. Something tells me that like San Francisco is going to come out to an early lead, and it's going to be like, oh my God, we haven't seen a beating like this since Tet 68.
Right.
But and then I think the Chiefs will just claw their way back, though. They always do.
Yeah.
They always kind of have that, that.
So, I mean,
grit.
you're going to go for the Chiefs, though.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
100%.
All right.
Yeah. And just for the record, for anybody who's listening to this, it has nothing to do with Taylor Swift.
God, I'm so sick of that.
Oh, God.
I'm sick of hearing about her.
Me too.
And I think she's a fine young person.
Me
you know?
too.
I mean,
I feel bad because social media, the NFL, and Disney Plus are forcing me to hate her.
Yeah.
You know, just it's
because they all want to profit somehow.
Yeah, it's
off of
like,
her.
oh my goodness, Taylor Swift. You know, and then what was that? During a press conference or something, Travis Kelce was asked, "Who do you think will get a ring first, San Francisco or Taylor Swift?"
Oh my.
And I love Travis's answer. He said, "Well, hopefully it's me." Yeah, no. It doesn't. Yeah, but I'm tired of hearing about Taylor Swift. I'm tired of hearing about the Eras tour. My wife is obsessed with Taylor Swift. My daughters love Taylor Swift. And me being a metalhead, it's hard for me to drive anywhere because obviously, if we go anywhere as a family, I'm outnumbered 4-1.
Right.
You know, so what do we listen to?
Right.
Fucking Taylor Swift.
Right.
For every road trip, I know all the songs, every word to every song. I know the dance moves. I know when the songs were written, when they came out,
what it's
you know?
about.
Yeah,
I mean,
which boyfriend this song's about. You know, I know it. I know Taylor Swift's whole story, and I don't want to.
I know. I'm tired of it.
Oh, anyway, but also we got, there's other sports going on in the world right now too.
Hey, Chargers got a new coach.
Yes,
Lots of
new coaches.
I don't pay attention too much to. We were just talking about this earlier. To football or any sport much, except for mixed martial arts. So I lose track. But my son always, and I saw it on his post that we got Harbaugh, right?
Yeah, Jim Harbaugh.
Yeah. So I thought that was good for the Charger Nation.
Yeah, I mean Harbaugh's an awesome coach. He just won a national championship with Michigan. So it's like, let's go for it.
What else we got? I thought this was interesting.
Seahawks got a new coach.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, Mike McDonald. Who was the defensive coordinator?
How many?
For the Ravens.
What was I see? Was it 6 new coaches or 8?
Yeah. You've got the Chargers. You've got Seattle. You've got Washington. You've got Carolina. Where else? Where did Mike Vrabel get? Jacksonville. And I want to say there's one more. Oh, New England.
Right.
Yeah,
that's right.
Yeah,
Bill,
there might be
he's
more.
gone.
There might be more, but
well,
anywho,
yeah. So Super Bowl, are you guys doing anything for the Super Bowl?
No.
Yeah, we're not. We don't even have I just have a few subscriptions, so I don't have NBC, CBS, or ABC. So
we got YouTube TV, so we'll get all those.
And
all
I have,
coverage.
but I have the Ridgetop TV, and Brad's illegal. No, it's not illegal. Just joking. But
you're gonna get him swatted.
Yeah, but I did. I can watch it on that, so that'll be cool. But
right on.
Going out of football into mixed martial arts, it's UFC Fight Night tomorrow night. At the Apex in Vegas. I believe it's at the Apex still, and I don't know the card that well. I was surprised so many of the people on the undercard I didn't know, but I mean they have so many people on contract. But basically, the main event is Joe Pfeiffer against Jack Hermanson. So I recognize a couple of these guys. Good card. A lot of good. Hopefully stand-up stuff going on because I don't want to watch a bunch of wrestling right now. But anyways, going to be good. And then I saw in boxing that Anthony Joshua and Francis Ngannou are going to fight. I thought that was insane. I mean, Francis Ngannou, and I saw a thing that shows his record, and he's 0-1 as a professional boxer. And he's only fought, for the championship, and now Joshua's not a champ anymore, so I don't think so. But anyways,
yeah, that's interesting. I mean, I know Francis Ngannou's got. I mean, that dude can punch.
Yeah,
the dude's
Anthony Joshua's 27-3, and Francis Ngannou. This is in Saudi Arabia on March 9th. So, anyways, hey, good for Francis.
He's going to make millions.
You got to make money.
Fight.
These guys are gladiators. They got to make money.
Yeah. But he'll probably get work pretty good, I would imagine.
And let's see. I think that's all I got for sports. Yeah, and then we'll hop into some strange news. I did want to show you. So tonight for dinner, we went to the store and Wendy got me some 1.5-inch ribeye, bone in.
Bone in 1.5 inch. Right
yeah.
on. Yes.
So God, it's just a brick. You know, it's gorgeous. And so I'm gonna cook that up tonight, and tonight will be the first night that I use this.
Oh, is that your brand?
Yep. So I'm gonna my charcoal thing. I'm gonna because I don't have a little deal. I'm gonna fire that up and have this sitting in there, and then when my steak's about ready.
Dude, we should brand your kneecaps.
Yeah. Well, I told Wendy I'd like to brand her, and Jack just left immediately when this thing came out because he doesn't want me to brand him. No, I would never do that. But anyways, yeah, that was my show and tell today. And my brand, my kids got this. My daughter and my soon-to-be son-in-law got this for me. So, yeah, looking forward to it.
Very cool.
Yeah, what's on the menu for you tonight?
I think honestly, I think I'm just gonna go pick up something. The oldest and youngest want KFC. Middle daughter wants a burger.
Oh,
so I think,
right.
Yeah, so I'm gonna run to KFC and get some sort of meal for everybody else, and then I'll get me and Ellie a Whopper.
Yeah, that's cool though. Wendy would always do that too. You know, bring us all home what it is that we wanted. You know.
Mm-hmm.
Today we ate lunch at that where your relative had a little place there too. It's called Susie's something fresh down there in the old mill mall thing there. Across from the what's it called? Susie's something fresh, soup and fresh or something. I can't think of what it's called. Anyways, we ate there today. It was delicious.
Susie's Sweet and Savory.
Sweet and savory. I was way off.
Yeah. I was thinking there for a second. I was like, man, I'm just nodding my head in agreement.
First time I went there, music was real loud and hip hop. I thought, if you close your eyes, you feel like you're in one of them clothing stores for young people.
Yeah, like a TJ Maxx or something.
But the food was good. Yeah,
I guess TJ Maxx is kind of like not really the hippest of like a buckle, like a
Rude
buckle.
21.
Yeah,
Buckle.
there you go, buckle. Hot Topic.
Yeah.
Hot Topic would have metal.
Yeah. Well, let's. I've been since I took some time off. The last episode was in December with Wendy, and so whenever I see an article, I have to screenshot it so we can laugh about it and talk about it. So let's see what I've got here.
All right, what do we got?
I'm gonna just kind of go through these. You know, let's start with this. I thought this was interesting. Maybe everybody knows this, but did you know that there is a town in Austria that is called Fucking? Fucking, population 300. Okay. It's at the doorsteps of the Austrian Alps, and I just came across that, and I was like, ching, ching.
I had no idea.
No. Hello, where are you from?
Fucking Austria.
Yes. Okay. Well, you know, and then this one. Now, this is a 2019 story.
Just a little tangent off that. There is a place actually on our continent.
Yes.
Called Dildo, Newfoundland. Named after the famous Captain Dildo.
Captain Dildo.
Yes.
Really? What was his ship's name? The Fallacia.
The Penetrator. I don't.
Yeah, I thought for sure you was gonna just come up. With
I was like, God, what can I throw out there that's not?
Yeah, we don't have to beep out, but
but it's still got some zing to it.
But yeah, if it's a town in Austria called Fucking, you can say that.
Yeah.
I mean, they might pronounce it Fuking or...
I doubt it. I doubt it.
But this next one reminded me of me and you. It's something and I. Okay. Something we would do, and I think you'll appreciate it. It's an old story, and maybe people have heard of this before, but I saw it, and I thought, what in the world? So this is out of Fox 13, Seattle.
Okay, so semi-local.
Fox 13 News. Man wearing TV on head caught on camera leaving old TVs in front of Virginia homes. So they're reporting it about this Virginia guy. So in Henrico County, Virginia, nearly a year after a Virginia neighborhood woke up to find dozens of vintage box televisions sitting on their front porches, the strange circumstances has happened again. So, and then it goes on talking about people have. I saw like their a video on it, and there was Ring. People have Ring. So I mean, 2019, but they had Ring video of this guy, and this is what cracked me up, and I can see us doing this. Is you see this dude walk up to a house, he's got a TV on his head, like he's drilled it out,
right,
and he's carrying another one, and
he's got to be really strong.
Yeah, and he's kind of disoriented, looks like, and then he sets that TV down and leaves. I mean, I'm not sure if the TV works or if he's just like really loves old things and he's trying to send a message, but
yeah, that's weird, man.
I used to do that with watches, old watches, and when I was little, I would take an old watch that was broke and just make up a note like, I found this and please protect it, and wrap it up with that note and then knock on someone's door and take off running.
I used to do that with bags of dog shit.
Oh, well, yeah. I guess that's fun too, but
no. I only did that once. I got in a lot of trouble.
Yeah, people don't really like that one. But
No.
who wouldn't want to do that?
I know. I saw it on a movie, so
exactly.
It. Yeah.
I think most things I did, I either saw or heard from someone else. I didn't just come up with them. So, like tipping the pop machines, I'll never forget when a family member of mine who actually ended up retiring in law enforcement, but he wasn't in law enforcement at the time. We were just young teenagers, but he came over and showed me how to tip the pop machine there in Pilot Rock, and that's how you got free pop. And then I thought it was magic, and so then I went to do it one time, and the key fell off the top, and we were like, "Oh God!" And we checked it, and sure enough, the door opened. So we shut it. We drew the line. We're like, we just wanted a free soda, but we're not going to rip this thing off. But we accidentally told somebody else, some other neighborhood.
And someone else went in there and ripped it off.
Didn't think anything of it. Knock, knock, knock. Police. Yeah, and sure enough, I'm like, what? And they're like, you want to take a lie detector test for it? I'm like, I didn't do it. I mean, I can tell you, we did find the key, and we just told someone about it, So that was early on in my criminal history. Here's another story. This one I found off of Savage Paramedics. This is about a breast implant saves a life. This is the case of a 30-year-old woman whose silicone breast implant deflected a bullet and saved her life.
Well, that's good.
So apparently the patient reported, long story short, she says she woke up to a heat sensation and pain, and she had been shot. But you go through the rest of the story, and it just says she was unclear as to exactly how the gun got fired. She never did say about that. So I thought, there's something going on there. But who would have thought a breast implant could be?
Yeah. Almost like ballistics gel or something.
Yeah, that's what my first thought. And they show a picture of it, and that you can kind of see where it went through it. And so anywho,
wow, that was shot in the titty.
Yeah,
damn.
Shot in the titty. Then there was, did you hear about this? This was costly kibble. Pittsburgh dog eats $4,000 stack of cash. This is out of NBC New York. So according to his owner, Cecil, a 7-year-old golden doodle. I know those dogs are very popular right now.
They are
all
they
doodle,
are
golden doodle stuff.
Anything, they're hypoallergenic. They don't.
Everybody
shed.
love
everybody
them.
just they're so cool.
Which, by the way, Brad, who's on the show all the time, we had a bowling league with him. He runs Pirate Internet. He actually has puppies right now. So you go online. I don't know, Brad Fairbank. Anyways, he's selling them. They're pure doodles and whatever. But anyways, this doodle. Says Cecil's 7-year-old golden doodle was a bit hungry and ate the $4,000 in cash. Clayton Law said he and his wife, Carrie, had put an envelope with the cash on the kitchen table where they were saving it for a home improvement project. And then apparently the dog, when they were away, the dog basically ate it. And I also saw the follow-up video to this, and they had to follow him around and get all the money. And they got like $3,900 and something, but some of it just dissipated apparently, or
probably chewed up pretty good.
Pretty good. So, anyways, that's
interesting.
Doesn't surprise me with dogs. They'll eat some crazy stuff.
My dog just. In fact, I had to go take him to get refurbished my glasses.
Oh, lovely.
Yes, I was very happy about that.
My CPAP got chewed up once, just the facial part of it. Then my Golden, though, a long time ago, one time he ate a whole box of rat poison that I'd put out in the garden shed, and I'd left the garden shed door open, and it was a brand new box, and he ate it, and I freaked out because I knew that he had eaten it. And so I got a hold of it was on a weekend, I got a hold of the vet, and he said, you can bring him in, but he's like, do you got any peroxide? I was like, yeah. And he goes, force that peroxide down his throat, and it'll come up. So I forced a bottle of peroxide down his throat, and this gigantic pile, because it's also swelled a little bit while I was in there, this gigantic pile of rat poison pellets came out of him. And, we were just mortified. He was fine. He lived to be 17 years old.
Oh, my God.
But anyways, yeah, thought that was interesting. Well, this one, I mean, mental health is a serious issue.
Of course.
We're big supporters of that.
Absolutely.
99 or what's the number?
988.
988. But
Suicide hotline.
yeah, for sure. But an Alabama man crashes his car outside a Bass Pro Shop in Alabama. He stripped naked and cannonballed into the indoor waterfall.
That's
and
so
there's
awesome.
a picture of it, and he's naked, and it's a giant glass wall, and he's hanging on it in front of there, and you can see everything. So apparently he intentionally crashed his car in there. Police say he proceeded to strip naked and do the cannonball in the store's waterfall aquarium, and goes on to talk about his mental health. So we're not laughing at that, but the images, and who wouldn't? I mean, secretly, I've always wanted to jump in something like that.
Hell
you
yeah.
know? But
That'd be cool.
let's see here. Did you know? Guess who's hiring? This might be interesting for a lot of people. Oscar Mayer is hiring 12 positions for Wiener. Why? I went 12 positions. Oscar Mayer is accepting applications, and for 12 Wienermobile drivers. And so across the country, you would have a route and drive one of these, these custom cars.
Okay, what's the salary?
I forgot. I can't remember what it is now. I don't have it. I should have had that. That would have been, that would have helped.
That'd have been a good talking point. Because,
Yeah,
I mean,
but I missed it on that. Just got the screenshot of the 12 deal, and I
think I might apply just to say I did.
Hey, I see on your resume you were a driver. Oh, what was that?
Somebody's phone.
Oh, yeah, I guess my phone is hooked up through here. Not sure what that is. Wow. Anyways, yeah, we'll move on. Sorry, I thought it was cool.
I think that's great. And does it give like a website? You just go to oscarmeyer.com?
I have seen it on my news feeds a couple times, so I think it's pretty new right now, a new story. So I think if somebody just typed it in there, yeah, look up. But there are 12 jobs, and I imagine this. You know how many people are going to put in for those 12 positions, especially that 20-year-olds through 30, early 30s.
Oh man, I'll put in for it.
And then a bunch of the 55 and olders put in for it. So, luckily, I am 42. Let's see here. What's my next story? Every time I come across one, I would just screenshot and then wait. Of course, you and I are sci-fi techs. This isn't strange news, but oh, you hear that?
I do.
Is that my work phone? I think my work phone's going off.
I think that's your work phone.
Okay, well, sorry about that. After 3 years on Mars, NASA's Ingenuity, thank you. NASA's Ingenuity helicopter mission ends. So that little damn helicopter that was only supposed to work for a couple days or something has been up there for a long time. But it
really
finally
has.
did. It finally did park because it had some damage to the wings. So that's just nerdy stuff that you and I like. I guess it wasn't strange.
Interesting. I wonder what the next adventure or mission is going to be for the Red Planet.
Yeah.
And it'd be cool if we'd send a man mission, but
I think we're getting there.
Yeah.
In your lifetime.
Yeah.
Did you hear this? That this is from NPR. Amelia Earhart's long lost plane possibly found.
Where?
And I'm gonna just to show you the radar imagery. I don't have the full article right here, but it was the object was spotted in the Pacific Ocean by deep water equipment that aligns with the size and shape of Earhart's aircraft. And I've seen several stories on this. And it's in that general area where she was supposed to land. I forget the name of the island. It's 100 miles one direction or the other of that island that she was supposed to go to. So they really are thinking this is it. So I thought that would be kind of cool.
That is kind of cool.
An old mystery.
Yeah.
You know, who knows? Maybe it isn't her though. Okay. We should have talked about this during football. You did see that story about those 3 Kansas City Chief fans.
Yeah, he froze to death in that dude's yard.
And he didn't know, you know, he went to bed because he thought they left, but they apparently went in his backyard. But they were all, from what I'm understanding, there was some sort of drugs in their system.
Yeah.
But as soon as this happened, you know, and he found out that they were there, he checks himself into rehab, I think. And the only reason they knew one of the girlfriends or one of the family members came over to the house and they found them. That's when they found them. Mm-hmm. So I don't know. The story sounds kind of weird.
Yeah, that's crazy.
You know,
probably fentanyl.
But seriously, I we're quick to say that it was him, but they could have all been doing something, and the 3 of them were gonna leave, and they decided to do a bump out in the backyard, and it wasn't the best. It was the wrong bump.
Cold.
Yeah, and
it's cold.
Done.
But yeah, no, that is tragic, man.
It is.
You know, I feel bad for the families. You know, they just think their kids are going out to a football game to have a good time.
Party, yeah.
You know, but bummer.
Expert claims parents should ask babies for permission before changing diapers. An expert has claimed that parents should seek permission from their babies before changing their diapers in order to set up a culture of consent. Parenting can be a pretty tough venture, and through blah blah blah. Anyways, what do you think about that? That's the kind of stuff we're getting into these days.
Does it name the expert?
I will just it's in there, but
I feel like we should like name drop this expert. That is the dumbest shit I've ever heard.
Yeah. Well,
what? Ask it.
Excuse me, may I change your poopy diaper? No.
No, you can't. You can't, Dad. I'm 3 days old.
I have not consented.
And I don't give consent.
Yes.
Jesus.
And then I feel like any mother that breastfeeds, you would be like, well, then I don't give consent for you to eat, you know.
If you're not going to let me clean this shit, I am not going to contribute to making this shit.
Oh, God.
Wow. Wow.
Right.
Oh, I got to process that for a second, man. That's
I know.
That is dumb as hell.
Yeah. It is terrible.
My God. Please tell me that doesn't have like some Berkeley college or like some big Ivy League school backing behind it.
No. It's just a community college in Florida Keys. But
okay. That makes sense then.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Here's one
to change a diaper. I could see that if you were 60.
Yeah.
You know, like, hey, Harold, you look a little moist. Can I swap you out with some clean Huggies? Sure. You know, that's different. Baby? No, leave them in it. That actually, so it's kind of a catch-22 for that poor expert. Yeah. So the baby doesn't give consent. You leave the baby in the shitty diaper. Baby gets really bad diaper rash. Child neglect. Come on.
Yeah, and you saw. Well, no, we probably shouldn't talk about that. Just real quick though, and that mother got sentenced to prison for her son shot up a bunch of people. I don't know all the whole story. I try to avoid watching that, but I just thought that's an interesting new era we're in now too, where the parents can be
held liable for
the action of their children. So I know that seems scary to me because I'm like, thank God my children were good.
Yeah, that's oof.
Yeah, that's probably a little too much.
Yeah.
But, anyways, let's see what else I got. Sickle cell patient battles prolonged erection. This is from Ghana Web. Man in anguish after suffering prolonged erection. Okay, yeah, let's not. Let's see here. Let me see if I've got any more. I did come across a really cool place called the Shandong Cave in China, apparently. It's huge goes on for miles.
Is that the one that like it has its own like weather system and
Yes.
like rivers and mountains and shit
Yes,
inside
that's
of it?
the one. I've heard of this, but I mean the visual that I got and that I saw was like, I want to live there. You know, like it's just its own
Yeah.
magical world, land of the lost.
Yeah, there's probably some weird critters way back
Oh,
in
yeah.
there that, you know.
God, I love that scene in Land of the Lost where Will Ferrell's playing guitar and Danny McBride and the gal are sitting across her around a fire. They're back in time and all this stuff, and he's playing guitar, and the camera gets back on him, and he's just starting to look like flush, like no blood in his. I get tired. And then he kind of sets his guitar around, turns around. There's this giant prehistoric, mosquito on his back, and it's just giant, sucking the blood. And Will Ferrell's, they did his makeup up and everything. It's a good scene. I liked it. Anyways,
That's probably what's in that cave.
yeah, probably. And let's close out the strange news with this. I mean, not really that strange, but interesting. Deathbed confession. Killer. Who is this from? This is from News Channel 8 in, doggone it, I can't see it. Ohio, maybe. Grand Rapids, Michigan. Sorry. Deathbed confession. Killer admits to 11 murders. So he's on his deathbed. A convicted killer admitted to the murder of a Grand Rapids woman in 1996, the murder of a woman whose body was found in Maryland, and 9 others murders for which he never faced charges for. So basically, this guy's name's Gary Artman. Gary Artman reached out to detectives days before he died of lung cancer and then told them that he had killed 11 people.
Damn.
Yeah. And then he died.
And then he died.
And then he was like, hey.
Man.
It's brutal. That's not even strange.
Well, I mean, it
why do
is
I keep
kinda,
taking it up to
it is-
depressing?
I mean, it's just kind of. I mean, that's kind of justice served without having to spend any taxpayer money.
Yeah.
You know, instead of lethal injection, he gets cancer.
Right.
You know, and
Well, so you know how we did a last time you were on, we randomly called your mom, and I told you I like doing random calls. So I'm going to try one real quick.
okay.
And we're going to try to randomly call Pork Chop, and I didn't tell him we were calling him, but Pork Chop just got out of the hospital. He and you guys all know Pork Chop from being on the show. He's down there in Southeast Texas. And Pork Chop had I don't know exactly what it's called, but he basically had a heart surgery. He and all 3 of the kids, he and his 2 brothers have all had to have the surgery. It was genetic. It came down from their dad. Their dad had it.
Mhm.
And it's serious, and you have to, but anyways, he was, but when he did it, when he went to come out, he basically got pneumonia or something, and so they had to leave him out for like 7 days or something like that. So
Jeez.
then he comes out of that, and I can imagine we haven't had a chance to talk too much about it, but he's doing better. He's home. He lost 25 pounds
Jeez.
just during that time because he wasn't eating or anything.
right. Yeah.
And,
Probably just had him hooked up to IVs and
so
wow.
we'll see if I can get this right.
I mean, can you imagine that? Like you're like, oh yeah, I got to go in for surgery on Tuesday, and you wake up, it's
That would be bizarre.
Hello?
Hey, Pork Chop.
What's up, Grody?
Hey, I'm right in the middle of a podcast. My buddy Joe Burns, he stopped by, and so I was just telling the audience what you've been kind of going through, and I wanted to surprise you and just call and have you back on the show because you haven't been on the show forever. And so you mind giving us an update on your health and what's going down and how are you and all that good stuff?
Well, I'm doing great. That's the good news.
Yeah, that's the good news.
I'm feeling like I should be,
Good.
but it got pretty scary there for a little bit.
Yeah. Now, how long were you out?
Well, I was in the hospital for 15 days. I was out of it for about 7.
So they kept you in a coma for 7 days, basically?
Something like that. 5.
Yeah.
was third day after the surgery. Aspirated, I think it's called.
Yeah.
I drank some water. I fell asleep. I kind of threw it up, and it filled my lungs. I swallowed it.
Yeah.
Filled my lungs. I got double pneumonia. And before it became a real emergency, they put me back under on the tube, and they knocked me out and just started draining my lungs every day.
Yeah.
So, say 10 days, I don't remember. I don't remember the surgery because I was awake walking before that happened. You know,
Right.
I was out of bed, walking the halls,
Yeah.
getting ready to go home.
And then you
And then-
aspirated and
Wow.
Yeah.
oh God. All right.
And then when I woke up from that, I didn't know who or where or what I was. I knew I was tied down
Oh,
with a
that's
1-inch tube down my throat. And I
Yep.
panicked. And I was pretty defiant, so they had to knock me back out.
Yeah.
Finally, I came around and said, well, I better listen to these people and maybe let's take this thing out of my throat.
Right.
So I spent 2 days with, awake, but tied down in my throat. I got it out and
Right on.
thought I was going to get sent home with a bunch of oxygen and restrictions and got a clean bill of health sent home and no restrictions, besides the obvious,
Yeah.
after surgery.
Right.
I'm good to go.
Excellent. Excellent. I'm glad to hear that.
Uh,
I know it was stressful on all of you there, during that process.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, it was wild.
but you made it through, and I'm glad. And now, as you get healthy and get back on, we'll have you back on the show and pick up with our usual shtick that we would do. And
That'd be
so,
great.
yeah. So, what's the first meal you had when you got out of the hospital? I mean, first good meal that you were like, I got to have this.
Well, the plan was to go to the steakhouse. I don't know if y'all have them, or it's a saltgrass steak.
Oh, no, I've not heard of it.
But we ended up at Outback Steakhouse.
Oh.
And I had a big old juicy burger. That's what I was hungry for.
Yeah. Right on.
Hamburger and some fries. But I lost 20 pounds
Yeah.
while I was in the hospital.
Right.
So I'm working to keep that off.
Right. Good.
So I'll be pork loin instead of pork chops.
Oh, that's a good one. That's funny. Well, I'm glad to hear you're doing well. We've missed you,
Thanks,
and
man. I appreciate it.
glad you're on the way back. And like I said, we'll get you back on the show. And then I about went into convulsions because I out of everybody, I slam you with the most bizarre Snapchats during the day. And I didn't want to, of course, do that because I knew you were in a coma. So, I've just been jonesing. Like, I'm like, come on, pork chop. I love you, buddy. I need you, So I was trying to send good.
Mama, wake up.
Yeah, wake up. I need you. But anyways, all right. Well, we'll let you go. Enjoy your evening. And
man.
holla back.
Will do.
Okay. Tell Tracy we
All
said
right.
hello and take care.
All right, we'll do.
All right. Bye.
Rock on.
Yeah. All right. Well, I'm happy that he answered because
Yeah.
I wasn't sure. I mean, he was in rough shape there, and his voice I can tell is still a little weak. Usually
probably
he's,
remember that tube down
Yeah.
there. Yeah.
So, anyways, all right. Well, any last topics or words of advice or jokes or God, I was trying to think of a joke I heard the other day. I can never remember jokes, so
I
can't remember dad jokes.
I've heard. Okay, I got this one for my daughter. So hold your hand out like this. Okay. All right. This is my little cockroach, right? I need you to help me out though. He does tricks.
Okay.
All right. So what I'm gonna do? Let me take his coat off. Hang on to his coat for me. All right. We're gonna watch him jump. He's gonna jump up and down on my hand. All right.
Okay.
I got really high that time. Oh, he slipped there. I'm gonna take his shoes off. All right. All right, back at it. Well, I mean, do you really think I'm holding the cockroach?
No.
Why the fuck are you holding his coat and shoes?
Oh boy.
Waka waka.
Wah, wah, wah. That was a good one, actually. Yeah. That was a good one. Hey, real quick, musically, how's the band? You guys taking some time off? Holidays?
I mean, we still been getting together. We haven't done a gig in forever. We were slated to play here locally on the 10th, but that coincided with the daddy-daughter dance. And
you always do that.
Oh yeah, and there's two of us in the band that have girls. So
I didn't take either of my daughters. They're still pissed about it. Yeah.
And anyway, so we had to cancel on that one, and then there was talk of possibly doing a St. Patty's one somewhere, but I don't know where that one is. I don't care either way. Right. We're still gonna get together and play. We're still we're working on a little recording, doing some
fun.
Playing around with that. We'd like to get a few songs, maybe get put on a
originals.
Something that we can maybe put out streaming or CDs are pretty much obsolete now, so
I know.
It's going to be weird, man. It's going to be strange. We're going to have to, if we do release anything and we want any sort of play, we're going to have to go like streaming.
Yeah, for sure.
And make 0.01 cents per stream or something. Yeah. Which that's not even here or there. I'm in no way expecting to make any sort of big money doing this. It's a hobby.
Yeah.
And like we talk about it a lot. Whether we're playing gigs, whether we're gonna record and make albums, whatever we're doing, we're still gonna play.
Yep. And I've got on my YouTube channel there, I've got some footage of your band playing. Just cell phone footage.
Yeah, that was our first gig. First gig we ever did.
Yeah, so if anybody wants to go on, my channel, that would be awesome. Subscribe and like.
Yes.
But you got both of us got Les Pauls.
Yeah.
And so I had been telling everybody about this one, but tell us what you got.
So I was able to score a 2003 59 reissue Les Paul custom. It's got tobacco sunburst as the finish. It's got the gold tuners. It's fancy.
Yeah.
And the best part about it is the price I got it for. I got a smoking deal. And I couldn't
basically
be happier.
nothing. Yeah.
Basically nothing for what the guitar is. I mean, it's very similar and a little bit darker on the outside
for the finish. Yeah.
Yeah. It's a little bit dark on the outside, but it's just gorgeous. Fun to play. Great tone.
Yeah.
I'm happy with it.
Right on. That's cool.
Yeah, I now I'm kind of toying with the idea of possibly picking up another amp.
Mm-hmm.
Another tube amp of some sort, maybe something with a little less wattage. I've got a 40-watt tube now. I'm maybe get the same style, or maybe get a Fender to piggyback off of it at a 20-watt or something like that. Because 40's a lot when you think about it for a tube.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't need it's more than enough noise for small venues, and I don't ever foresee myself playing it at Madison Square
Tri-Cities Coliseum, maybe.
Yeah, no.
Or no, they don't call it that anymore.
And even then, they if you play those big stadiums, they mic your gear anyway.
Yeah, exactly.
And so what's the point of having this massive wall of sound when all it takes is just a good microphone and a good PA system, and you can sound great.
Yep.
So
well, I'm supposed to be practicing more, but I've played it a couple times and I plugged in my Fender DeVille even and let it warm up and played it through there just to see how it sounded. So I was happy that thing even turned on. And then I played it through the little practice amp over there, that little solid state one, and it was fine. It has a bunch of different sound effects and stuff, but through the tube amp. It was cool. The worst part was just me, playing, because I don't play that much. And, like anything, it's exercising. You have to get back into
and
it.
what did you play for a bazillion years before that? You played a Fender Strat.
Strat.
It's
And
completely different build, different
everything.
feel.
Yeah. I was shocked how the playability of it, though. I mean, the neck felt good to me. And usually that's, I'm so used to a Strat that everything else feels weird. Honestly, this one doesn't feel that great to me. This Dot. So I don't know if it's I don't even know what year this is, but I don't know if it's a little bit thicker, because that feels, but anyways, I just want to touch base on the musical side.
Yeah.
No gigs coming up then.
No gigs coming up. I mean, we may do, if we do something for St. Patty's, we'll put it out there and hopefully get a decent crowd. But, I would honestly, I could see us doing some stuff this summer for sure. Some event type things, maybe. We'll just kind of see, how it pans out. We're all
Working.
We all have full-time work. We're all middle-aged dudes. Got kids.
Are you still, what's that religion that you do? The Baha'i? Is it Baha'i faith? Are you still
I thought I was a Scientologist.
Oh yeah, that's right. Sorry,
No. Last week was Scientology.
Yeah,
the last episode was Scientology.
Now.
Right now, I'm in between.
Not that there's anything wrong with that. I'm just saying.
Not a darn thing. But I guess you could say I'm in between religions at the moment,
Right.
Shopping around a little bit. No,
just joking.
I kid.
All right. Well, I guess we can wrap this thing up. Thanks for stopping by, and of course, stop by again so we can have some fun and keep your eye on some weird news, because that's the fun part. Is I like seeing what the hell weird stuff's going on.
I did one last little weird thing. I did see this. It was kind of an obscure news article that apparently this guy came out who allegedly worked for the CIA and all that, and that in this year, 2024, is when we're going to see a hologram alien invasion, to where we think that there's like these ships up in the sky, and so we're going to fire at them, but they're holograms, so all we're going to do is just fire on each other.
Oh.
And that's supposedly supposed to happen this year.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, shoot. I'm just trying to think of financial. Like, I should go buy some things then.
Yeah, I'd get a couple cans of soup, maybe a bottle of water or two.
Yeah. Ammo.
Yeah. But yeah, that was about the weirdest thing I've seen.
Did you
lately.
get an elk this year?
I did not.
You did not. That's right. I think
not.
I already asked that last time.
Yeah, I not for lack of trying. It just, it was just a down season. It was just me and my granddad. And he's older, and he struggles with mobility at times, and he can't really go push the brush with me, and so, and more or less, it was just a nice little break from reality up in the woods.
Beautiful property.
Yep, just hanging out, eating good, playing cards, mostly.
Random. Excellent. All right, well, what'd you think of this song I played tonight?
That was a great song.
This one's called Sport Rock Intro, but I gotta use it as the
intro.
outro too. So, all right, well, thanks for listening tonight, folks. I want to thank our sponsors: Bill Murphy Roofing, Wandering Wizard Concepts, Vertical Jig and Lures, Liberty Detection Services, DCL Photography, The Shop, DieselFuelFilterKits.com, Pendleton Outfitters, Ridgetop TV, South Pack Inc., and the John P. Salter Foundation. That's a wrap, folks. Until the next episode, say nice things about us, because we are gone. We didn't spit any wisdom. I don't have any wisdom, really, other than just, it's 2024. Let's just do something cool. Let's be good to each other.
Be good, think positive, and let's just move forward.
Yeah.
Let's just move forward.
I'm just gonna accept you for all your weird stuff.
Yeah, I don't care.
Yeah.
Yeah, just don't care. Just set your standards really low so you're never disappointed.